Okay, everybody, so before we start the lesson, I would like you, and before we watch a video, have you ever heard of TED Talks? No?
Like a podcast or something?
Yes.
Or a talk show?
It's yes. Christina, have you ever?
Yeah, I went sometimes at school.
Mm-hmm.
We watch the two talks
Mm-hmm.
with our teachers.
With what teacher? So what subjects?
The English teacher.
Mm-hmm. Great. And what about the others? Have you ever seen a TED Talks? Okay, this is what we're going to do today, actually. I have to tell you a secret. I have a dream. My dream is to organize a TED Talks, but it's a big thing, right? Also because in order to do the presentation, like the students, right, you really need to be interesting. You really need to catch your audience's interest. So we're just going to watch this TED Talks, and before we do so, can you tell me what grit is? Do you know the word grit? Write it down. It's a very nice word. One of my favorite words in English. Of course, G-R-I-T. Have you ever heard this word, grit? It's a short but very powerful word. So we're going to watch this TED Talks video now. So this was a very short TED Talks. It usually takes about 5 to 15 minutes. What is grit in the end?
Grit is how do you build your future or something like this?
Yes.
How do you want to catch a task and make it real in the future?
Do you think, Lorenzo, it's connected with your talents?
Kind of, because grit for me is to have a lot of stamina for
Very good.
doing something, and if you're good at it, maybe it could be better.
Well, yes, you're partially right, but what she actually said in the video is that you don't need to be talented, or you can be talented, but if you don't have the grit, it's wasted, right?
I think you need the grit for express your talent.
Yes, very good. So if you do have talents, that's an amazing thing, but you need definitely grit to express your talents. Excellent. Yes, you're dead right. And she said something like, live as if life was a marathon, not a sprint. What do you think about it? Edo. Living life.
I think that this is a very good phrase, because it explains life. Because if you speed at the start of the marathon, you will never end it. But you have to have perseverance and work hard for finishing.
Excellent. That was
like life.
Very good. That was another word she actually used to explain grit, right? An important word. How do we spell it?
So grit is perseverance and working hard, right?
Yes, very good. Yes. So it's also passion, because you can work hard, but if you don't have at least a little bit of passion. So of course, for example, if you hate science, but you know you have to do it, right? You can find other motivation, not just a good motivation for studying science could be getting a good mark. Why not? What other motivations do you have to learn something? Why are you studying English?
To have an easier future.
Okay, this is what everybody says. That's true. But is this the first thing that, that keeps you going and studying English?
General culture.
General culture as well. Let's tell the truth, also being maybe better than your classmates
Or
sometimes.
Self-satisfaction.
Self-satisfaction, absolutely. Andrea?
Or even for traveling.
Traveling, absolutely. Getting also good marks, okay? I don't want to be narrow-minded, but yes, at the back of our mind, we do think that, you know, I would like to show somebody that I can speak great English, right?
Because in Italian too, a lot of English words are present.
Yes, absolutely. And also in different fields, different jobs, right? Like medicine or computing, for example, it's everywhere. And I think Giorgio can confirm, right? Okay, so yes, living like it's a marathon, not a sprint. What is the negative aspect of that? Don't you ever get tired? Don't you feel that this marathon is a little bit too much? That sometimes we just want to have a rest and it feels like the whole world is moving a little bit too fast and we're sick of tired of this grit and this motivations and everything. You are all great students. You go to very good schools, right? And I think it's quite challenging, right? Especially the first year of high school, and then actually it gets more and more difficult. So how do you manage with this marathon?
I think that when you want to rest and get a pause from this marathon, you have to sprint more to continue.
Okay, yes, exactly, but never stop, right? So even if you
Yes,
sprint, there will be moments in your life when you, when it's going to be a sprint, not a marathon, because you will get exhausted. But don't forget, never stop, right? And remember about the grit.
Yes.
Remember that you are.
Because if you stop, you will be the last one in the race.
Yes, unfortunately, or you will just end up quitting, right? Which is not, then it's like a vicious circle. It will make you feel bad. So yes, never give up. Yes, she also had said, so grit is passion for very long-term goals. Long-term goals. Can we speak about long-term goals at your age?
Yes.
You're fantastic. You're the youngest. You're the baby. And what are your long-term goals?
To become a doctor.
How old are you?
12.
12. And you already know you want to become a doctor. Amazing. Wow. Giorgio, what are your long-term goals?
I think it was actor.
Ah, okay. Okay, cool. That's cool. Okay. Interesting. And something different, not a very common thing, right? It's not surely easy, but you already have an idea.
Yeah.
That's great. Okay. And she also said that grit is sticking with your future day in, day out. What does it mean? You can write it down. Day in, day out. What does it mean? Sticking with your future, sticking with your, first of all, stick with.
I think it's like every day.
Yes, exactly. Day in, day out is every day. And stick with something?
Don't change mind for what you want to do.
Yes, yes. Be on the same track. Stick with means remain and keep on doing that, right?
Don't change mind.
Yes, not to change your mind. So remember that when studying English. Remember about the grit, right? Think about your long-term goal. Imagine yourself, if you visualize, if you picture yourself in a couple of years' time speaking fluently. You are already very good, but imagine in a couple of years having a lovely C1 as a minimum certificate, right? And speaking fluently, having maybe a foreign girlfriend or boyfriend. That would be cool. Lorenzo is smiling. Okay, now back to grammar.